What's up guys, Airsoft 101 here. I know it's been a while, but I'm finally back with a review of the Umarex 40 XP. So this isn't an airsoft gun, this is a BB pistol, but I still picked it up and thought it was cool enough to show you guys. And it's only 40 to 50 bucks depending on when and where you get it. I got this at Walmart for 50 just because it was closest to me. So yeah, I'm just going to be showing you guys a little bit about the gun and then I'll be test firing it. So yeah, stick around. So the first couple of things to know about this gun is that it's a CO2 pistol, so you're going to have a small CO2 cartridge. So these are 12 gram CO2 cartridges that you just slot in the back and screw up at the bottom here. To screw in the CO2, you have to eject the magazine right here, pressing this button, pull it out, and you've got a little screw here. So you put your CO2 cartridge in and then screw it until it bursts. The second thing is that it has a classic sort of airsoft style loading mag. So the thing with a lot of BB guns and pellet pistols like this is that they use sort of a rotating revolver style mag, somewhat of a crossover of this and a revolver that slots inside the gun, so you only get like 8 shots or something, but this has around 18 depending on how many you want to jam in it. And it works a lot better. It jams less than the little rotating one, and it's also a lot easier to fill up when you're done shooting a mag full. So it just slots right here in the bottom in front of the CO2 cartridge. Up here you've got the slide. This is a metal slide. The whole body of the gun is polymer, but it feels pretty decent, like a real Glock would be made of polymer, and the grip may be metal up here. But it definitely feels close, if not completely on. So this slide goes back, you can lock it. This is a blowback gun, so every time you shoot it will move the slide back and forth to sort of simulate the firing mechanism of a real gun. It has this little neon sight here. It's not very noticeable, but it's you know, a nice addition that they added in that they didn't really have to, so always good when you get more than you ask for. Another little thing about this gun is it's got a double safety trigger. So this little thing, you have to press it and then pull it down on a real Glock, but this one doesn't do anything. You could pull it either way. It's just for looks. But I mean, they're going for the aesthetic, so they might as well have included it. Finally, the normal safeties right here. You have to depress it and pull it back to go into firing mode, and depress it and put it forward into safe. So the safety feels pretty good. The trigger is alright, except the double safety not being real, and the whole feel of the gun is pretty good. But I'll show you guys firing it so you can see for yourselves. Okay, so now we're outside. So to load this guy, you're just going to take the mag out, pull the spring all the way down, lock it like that, and then put the BBs in that little hole, and it'll take 18 or 20, I don't remember. The number will be right here. It takes this many. Alright, now you just pop the spring back, and as you can see, we're ready to go. Alright, I'm gonna shoot as many as I can accurately, and then I'll show you what semi looks like. I think one of them might have jammed it, so I'm gonna check it out real quick. Alright, so I've got 4 in it, and I'm just gonna do a little accuracy test. You can see the range all the way down there. I'm gonna aim for that red box way in the distance and see how many times I hit it. It's out. When it's out, the slide locks back like this, so you won't shoot anymore. If you pull the trigger, it will just dry fire. So it doesn't disable the trigger when it locks back like this, but it's just to let you know you're out of ammo. So I'm gonna do a semi-auto test fire, and I'm just gonna let off these 10 rounds as quick as possible. Something you should keep in mind when you're doing semi-auto is that if you use your CO2 really quickly, it can start wasting it and basically putting out liquid CO2 instead of just the compression of the air powering your projectile. So while you're shooting semi-auto, if this starts to get cold, you feel the grip getting cold, just sort of lay off it for a little bit, or else you're gonna start wasting your CO2. Sounded like 9. Maybe I just loaded short. So this is a really good gun as far as the feel of it, as far as the blowback, and as far as accuracy, it's pretty decent. But the big drawback on this gun is reliability. So the company spent a lot of money basically perfecting the look of this gun, perfecting, you know, the magazine that's separate from the CO2, the little double safety trigger, and the sight. And of course it feels good in your hands and it fires well most of the time, but it's not very reliable. And especially in here, it's just sort of hollow. It's easy to get jammed because as you pull it out, the BB release lever is still activated. So sometimes if you have rounds left, it'll pour out. Sometimes it'll release rounds early while you're putting it in, and you'll have to pull it out, unjam it a little bit. Another thing I found is when you're shooting multiple BBs, it will keep one in the chamber even after it's finished. I think it needs a BB behind it, pushing on it to fire the last one. So like when I was test shooting 5, it only shot 4 and then left the one in the chamber, but it's not able to push it out unless there's another BB beneath it. That might not be true for all models of this gun. Since it's such a mass manufactured one, that could just be a defect with this one. But it also sort of shines a light on how they spent more money perfecting the outside look of this thing than really polishing the internals, perfecting the reliability and the accuracy of this gun, which is fine. It's fine by me because it's fun to shoot still, don't get me wrong. It's just a little bit rough around the edges as far as performance. So that's my overview of this gun. I really like it, and for the price tag of $40 on sale, I would definitely go for it. Just keep in mind that you're gonna play off a little bit of its performance for the great looks it has. If you get it, I think you'll enjoy it, honestly, especially for $40. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been helpful enough. If it was helpful, just subscribe and like the video, leave a comment. Anything you do helps this video. So thank you guys. I hope you appreciated this review, and I'll be back soon.
Filch. Shit you just don't do.